Well, hello everybody out there in the land. This is Chris from HLegacy.com with another exciting episode of Topher's Log. If you cannot tell by the sound of my voice, I have been dealing with the COVID, the rona. I'm about almost a week into this whole ordeal. I started feeling sick about last Thursday evening or so. Felt really sick Friday, Saturday. Went in on Friday to get tested, and everything came back negative on the day that I tested. So I thought at the time that based on the way that I felt, fever, the chills, all that stuff, that it was probably just the flu. But I went and I got myself retested just to make sure, just in case. And of course, when I did that, the PCR came back positive for COVID. I had COVID back in January, but I didn't really have any symptoms for the COVID. Probably wouldn't even have known that I had it if I didn't test, because I was testing pretty regularly for the COVID. This sort of straining of the voice thing is a little bit of a newer phenomenon. This sort of started yesterday. I don't really know. I'm kind of halfway through this, so who the hell knows? But yes, I do have the COVID. I apologize if I sound weird or if I'm a little bit low. I feel better than I probably sound. The fever has kind of been up and down the last couple days. I had really bad fever Friday, Saturday of last week, Sunday of last week. Monday things were kind of crazy, sort of up and down with the fever. Tuesday I didn't have any fever at all, which was weird. And then yesterday today is Wednesday, so today was kind of I had fever in the morning. I don't currently have fever, but I feel better than I probably sound. I know I probably sound pretty crazy, but I apologize, and I apologize if things are a little bit short, because we're just going to talk a little bit about today's announcement. We're going to talk about good things, but yes, I'm struggling with the COVID, with the rona. The rona has got me. So let's talk about today's announcement. So it has officially been announced that Halloween is coming back to Halloween Horror Nights, both coasts, Orlando and Hollywood. I know this is probably going to get a lot of groans and moans out there from some people, because Halloween, of course, we had the original Halloween back in 2014, and then we've had the two sequel houses, Halloween Hell Comes to Haddonfield, as well as Halloween 4, The Curse of Michael Myers, a couple years ago, back in 2016, 17, somewhere around there. So we have had 3 iterations of the house before. I am looking forward to this house simply because if the word is to be believed, that this is going to get an upgrade to a soundstage. So I'm really interested to see what they do with Halloween in a soundstage. Of course, Halloween was one of those first houses, or one of those houses back then, that was kind of the first real opening salvo for the sprung tent houses and what the sprung tent houses could really do. I think they sort of upped the ante with that first house in the sprung tents, and sort of showcasing what the sprung tents could actually do, even though they're a limited space. But it is going to be interesting and cool to see Halloween in a full-blown soundstage environment, if that is the case. And like I said, I know some people are going to poo-poo and moan and groan this thing, because we've had Halloween 3 times before. Of course, the original's been with us before. We did have back in 2015 when they reused American Werewolf from 2013. Sort of these legacy sort of houses that people didn't get to experience the first time. Them bringing them back, I do think that's a good idea. I mean, it's kind of crazy to think that the first Halloween house, we haven't seen that. And that it's been 8 years since that first Halloween house was at Halloween Horror Nights. So it is. It's been a while. I think there's been enough room to sort of take another stab at the original Halloween film as a house. I am looking forward to it. Like I said, that first Halloween house is. I often put it at number 2 as my all-time favorite houses that Halloween Horror Nights has ever done. The first American Werewolf is still my favorite house that the event has ever done, but Halloween is a close, I think, second or third runner-up there. But I am more interested to see what they do, with this in a soundstage. I think this is going to be a really cool upgrade to that original house. And I like the other two houses that they did. Hell Comes to Haddonfield I thought was really good. And I was one of the few people, I think, that really enjoyed Halloween 4. I thought Halloween 4 had some issues here and there, but for the most part, I really kind of enjoyed it. I thought it was one of the scarier houses they had for that year. And of course it's Halloween. Halloween is one of my favorite movies of all time. Not just one of my favorite horror movies, one of my favorite movies of all time. So I'm excited to see what they do with this. So we have 2 confirmed houses so far: the Universal Monsters Legends Collide, and of course Halloween, the original Halloween 1978 film, returning for the first time in 8 years to Halloween Horror Nights 31. Of course, both coasts are going to get the first 2 houses. They're going to share them. Of course, they'll be different based on their creative team and our creative teams, as they usually are. It is what it is. So Halloween coming back. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I like the first. I love the first house. Love the movie, of course, as one of my favorites there of all time. So, and that the same thing goes for the house itself. So the house itself is also, like I said, it usually rotates between 1 and 2. Between like 2 and 3 these days, with my all-time favorite houses that Halloween Horror Nights has ever done. So Halloween, great. So I think that's about it. I'm sure there's merch as usual as of the filming of this video. We have not seen the preview merch yet show up in the stores, but I would not be surprised if by the time this video goes up, there will be preview merch out there at the Five and Dime at Universal Studios Florida. I'm looking forward to when I can be free and go back out. This is kind of, going back to the COVID thing a little bit, this is kind of what I have been fearing. It's kind of my worst living nightmare the last 2 years, to not just get COVID, but to actually have a bout with it that is not simple. I was kind of glad back in January that when I did have it, I didn't really have any symptoms, that it was just kind of a smooth sailing, and it was quick. So it was kind of a low viral load that I had taken in, I guess, because from the time that I first tested to the time that I tested negative, it was like 5 days I was out, and I didn't have any symptoms. I haven't retested myself yet again. I think I'm going to do that either tomorrow or maybe Friday, depending on how I feel, because I think that this might be on the sort of waning end of this. I have no idea. Like I said, the straining of the voice is weird because that just kind of came about recently, and I'm about 5 days into this now, so I don't know. Maybe 6 days into this at this point, so I don't know. I don't know. It's been a weird, wild ride. And even like the sense of smell and taste. That didn't happen until Monday. I think it was Monday or Tuesday, where it might have been Tuesday morning, where I woke up and I was like, I can't fully smell the coffee. Like, I could smell it and I could taste the coffee, but there was a weakness to both the smell and taste. So it's kind of there, but it's not there. Very, very bizarre. This has been one of the most bizarre experiences I've ever had being sick. And it is what it is. But, I guess on the bright side, it's good that I have it now, or kind of apropos that I have it now. So once I finally get over it, I'll get my second booster shot. And it might be, and chances are I'll be super protected when I go to Halloween Horror Nights this fall. So it is what it is. But again, I apologize if I sound weird or if things look a little weird. I debated whether or not to even do a video, but hey, I'm off, so I have the time, and I'm not really doing anything aside from watching movies. Like I do that anyway, but like that's pretty much watching movies, catching up on TV shows. Finished Stranger Things. I started before all this. I decided that I was going to go back and start Stranger Things from the beginning, and of course I had the time to. I caught up with everything. So Stranger Things, done with that. Obi-Wan. I'm loving Obi-Wan. Haven't gone to The Boys yet, so I think that's the next thing. But watching a lot of baseball, catching up on the Mets. We had a scary moments last night with Starlin Marte there and Pete Alonso. Hopefully it doesn't derail the entire season, but it is what it is. So it's been a crazy 6 days here in the life of me. And I think I alluded to in the last video that I was out at the park. I'm not really digging how the start of my 40s are going. This is not how I envisioned my 40s, being. But again, so I apologize. But hey, we have Horror Night announcements, so there's something to be celebrating there. Where we're just 2.5 months away from the event, so that's a good thing. We'll start seeing stuff show up in the parks very soon. So it is what it is. But anyway, I'm going to go, and I'm going to go take some cough stuff, medicine stuff, maybe some Tylenol, take a nap, and await the next announcement for Halloween Horror Nights, and await for this COVID to leave. But anyway, that is going to do it for me today, guys. As usual, everybody, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time.